Hello friends, so today we're gonna discuss this problem from AdCoder Educational DP Contest Problem H Grade 1. If you like these explanations, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So the question statement states that there is a grid with H horizontal rows and W vertical columns. Okay, let Ij denotes the square at the ith row and jth column from the left. So square Ij is described by a character Ai of j. If A of j is a dot, then this square is an empty square. But if there is a hash in that square, then there is a wall. And it is guaranteed that the first and the last, which is 1 1 and HW, is an empty square. Okay. Taro will start from the first square and will reach the last square by repeatedly moving right or down in any adjacent empty square. Find the number of Taro's path from this to this. As a number can be extremely large, find the count of 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Okay. So this can be more clear. So for all DP problems, first try to find out the answer for some cases, some edge cases, and then see pattern. Okay. So if you are at this point and you want to reach at this point, there is only one path. Okay. But what if there is a hash between them? Then you cannot reach. So the answer will be 0. So just make a array of the same, or like a matrix of the same dimensions as the given input matrix. The initial one will always be 1, because if there is only one block, you will always be at the end. Okay, there always remains a path. But for if there is only one row, let's assume, and there is a hash, so you cannot go. So if there is only one row and there is a hash in your path, then you cannot go beyond right to this path, because there is a wall here. So if you encountered a wall and if there is only one row, then the answer will be 0. And now the answer will go on to be 0. So there is no path. But if there is no hash here, there is no wall, so then you can go to the right and the answer will be 1 and 1. So what you will do is, if only one row is there, you will see if there is a wall, just make it 0. If there is no wall, write the number which is to the left of it. If it's 0, it will turn out to be 0 again. Okay, so there is one observation. Now if you are at this point, there is one wall at this position, one wall at this position. You can go only via this path. Okay, now if there is one wall at this position, so you can go at this path, you can go via this path. So now there are two paths. So let's calculate for this. Make a matrix of the same size and just manually fill. If there is only one block and you want to reach at this end, there is only one path. If there are these two blocks and you want to reach from here to here, there is only one path. If there are these three blocks and you want to reach from here to here, and there is one, so if there is a wall, you cannot reach here, so you have to put 0. So irrespective of any paths, if you hit a wall, you have to write 0. So this is the second observation, because you cannot reach there. Now for this position, there is only one way. So if there is only one row or one column, you just check the number above it, and if there is a wall here, just put it 0. If it's not a wall, just check the number above it. And because it is not a wall, there is a path, we can also put here 1. Now for this position, if there are 4 blocks and you want to reach here, there can be this path and there can be this path. So you add this number and this number, because this define how many paths lead to this point, and how many paths lead to this point. There is one path which can lead to this, and one part lead to this. So you just add this number and this number, so the answer is 2. For this, because this is not a wall, you will add this number and this number, so there is no path leading to this point. There is 2 paths leading to this point, so the answer is 2. So now the the concept to make the DP table becomes more clear. So if there is a wall, just put 0. If you are on the first column, check the left of it. If you're on the first row, check the left of it. If you're on the first column, check the top cell in between, add this number and this number, and yeah, that's the simple DP table construction. So let's directly run to the code and it will be more clear to you. Okay, you also have to require a mod value, so just make this equal to mod. Now what you'll do is, first take the input of dimensions n and m, and then what you'll do is you'll take the input of the matrix. Like, you can either make a vector, or you can, because they are inputted as a string, you can take input of like 3 strings and the size will be 4. Okay, so I'll take in this way, sorry. So take the input of these strings, name this s. Now do a for loop from I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, put these strings in this vector. Now make a vector to store our answer on which we'll iterate. Name it A, or you can also name it DP. Its size will be n. Number of rows and number of columns. Fine. And as you know, the first value is equal to 1, because if there's only one block, we can actually reach to the answer. So there's only one path. Now you will iterate over this matrix. M j plus plus. So now let's look for some conditions. If there is a wall, if si of j is equal to hash, then there is no way, and we just have to put, and because it's actually initialized with 0, we don't have to do it, we just have to continue. Okay, the next condition is if I is equal to 0 and j equal to 0, and because we have filled that value, we don't have to do anything. We'll continue once again. Now the next condition is if only I is equal to 0. Now it means that we are in the first row. So for the first row, for filling the value, we'll put the left value in that. But if we are on the first column, we'll put the top value on it, in it, I minus 1 j. Else then we have to also do a mod. So ai of j is equal to a of ij is do mod, then to add a I minus 1, which is the top value, do a mod of it, then take the left value, take a mod of it, and then take the whole mod. And then you just have to see out the total number of ways, which is at the last cell, n minus 1, m minus 1. So let's run this and check it for some cases. check for this. This is 24. Okay. Okay, there's some problem, I think so. So actually, let's just rewind the code and okay, this seems fine to me. -1 mod j -1 is actually j -1 mod, but they should not give that error. Okay, then we have made the array I equal to 0. This is n, j equal to 0, and j plus plus equal to hash. You just continue. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, still giving some problem. Let's rectify it. We're taking in the input of n and m, then we're making a string vector. Okay, yeah, so the fault is at this point because I've written everything in if. So if this condition is not true, it goes to this point, and then it is actually creating the chaos. So now I think so it will run perfectly fine. Yeah, so it's given an 24, it is correct. Let's also check for this. And that's giving the correct answer. Let's submit this. So it's on the working judge. This is working on it, and I think so it will be accepted. Let's accept it. I hope you understand the logic. If you still have any doubts, please mention down. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.